What is up, people of YouTube? It's me, Silverrat, back again with another episode of the Let's Play, and this time we're gonna do the supports because we don't want the coaster to be floating around like this. It's pretty unrealistic. So I hate doing this episode because it means that I have to share thousands of links of custom scenery, but whatever. So yeah, you're gonna need station platforms, especially because this CTR doesn't really have one, and I like the SKSHR91. It's a great set, and it has some nice detailed station covers in it that I always use. You might have noticed that. And I am seriously derping. And there's some other sets that you might use. One that's pretty frequently used is Coaster Freaks 1, but I'm not really the biggest fan of this. As you see, there's caution lines all over the place. It's pretty old school one. And yeah, if you've done this, you might want to place the brakes already, because if you put a roof over it, you don't see them anymore. Well, why not? Some block brakes in the station. Oh, people kept telling me that I had to use control. Keep forgetting about that. Normally I always do it, but when I talk I just derp all the time. And now you need to decide what kind of theme you want. And since this is just a simple tutorial, I'm gonna go with a pretty generic theme. Let's see, ACNS Pavement Essentials, and get some wood up here. Now these stairs are not going to work out, but no, I'll just have to fix that. Because if you know what, I'll just place the thing first, because you always need some stairs to connect the station with the paths if it's elevated like this, which it mostly is. And yeah, I think I only have 2 tiles of space in between here, so I can't really fill that up with stairs, because stairs take like 3 tiles to go to 6H or something like that. And if I remember correctly, this is a 6H station, so if yeah, it's not going to work out. Oh, I even need 4 tiles. That's preposterous. So yes, this is not a problem for me, not something I can deal with. There we go. And you know what, let's just make the boring old unoriginal station, because why not? That's not good. Annoying. Terraforming always fucks up your buildings. If they make RCT3, which they are not going to do, there are a few things that need to be fixed. Terraforming, it's pretty broken. They need to kind of fix that. And undo button. Oh god, I would cry out of happiness if they put an undo button in the next game. Well, I would cry out of happiness anyway if that would be an RCT3 anyway. And yeah, I know this is pretty darn ugly, but it's gonna get better. That's what she said. Never mind. So yeah, what I often do, just to get some nice, I guess, details, and I don't know, it's just fancy. All right, get some rocky borders up there. It also kind of gives you a guideline of where your building is going to be. I am lagging pretty badly already. That's going to be a problem with this tutorial, honestly. Lag. My computer is so horrible. It's gonna lag like crazy. But yeah, I'll just have to deal with that, I guess. It's annoying though. I wish I had a better computer, because basically when I bought this computer, I was a noob back then, and I was like, alright, I want a computer on which I can play RCT3 with almost no lag. And I was like, okay, this one has an i5 processor, plenty of RAM, should be good. So I bought it, and now, like a year later, I look at the video card, and I'm like, oh, that's one of the worst video cards out there. So yeah, that kind of sucks. so kind of means I can't get the really nice graphics and shit. Can't get anti-aliasing 8 or even 2 for that matter, and I cannot get ambient occlusion. Also, you might have noticed, oh my god, I'm lagging. You might have noticed that there's no in-game sound in this episode, which is because, yeah, you might have also noticed that in the other episodes the sound was loud as shit, and I didn't understand why that happened, because my volume was like at 3 out of 100. I couldn't hear anything, and the sound just exploded into your face on the videos. And basically turns out that Fraps, for some reason, just doesn't understand the volume of RCT3 sound, so it just maxes it out anyway. So that was very annoying, so I just got rid of the sound. And yeah, annoying computer shit, but yeah, that happens when you're not the son of a rich white guy. And you know what? This is meh. This is awfully meh. I might just do something else, actually. Yes, I'll do something else. Okay, so I just showed you can do that if you like the really old look, but I am going with some stucco shit, because why not? Some white stucco. You know why? Get some contrast up in there, some less wood action, because there was just wood all over the place. Just some nice contrast and not so repetitive. You know what? I am not a master of building buildings, but what I kind of came to realize lately is that you just want to add as much details to your buildings as you can. Like, if you can put dormers on your roofs, put dormers on your roofs. If you can place, well, shutters everywhere, place them everywhere, and whatever you can do, just place it. Just get as many details on the building as you can, except if you want a simplistic building, of course, but it really helps making the buildings look a little bit better without actually changing much of the building itself. Okay, I'm looking for this little... oh, there it is. Yep, and a little border on the top right there. I am just doing a generic station. I hope you can see that. At least it's not as... you know what? This is kind of the generic station you see very often these days. You used to see like the modern stations all over the place because they were easy to build and look pretty good. Then they became overused, nobody liked them anymore, and now it seems like everybody just forgot about them. And now I'm gonna need to post some posts in here, and I want a post that doesn't have that awkward placement right there. You can see it's in one square. I don't want that. That's annoying. This post is on the middle, but it's too thin. This is actually kind of a pickle. Let's see if this post double thick. Oh, that's a shitty one. Shitty one too. It's just full of shitty ones in here. You know what? I'm going for the original thing. StationJim's Vikings set. I just started to use it for Flits and Flare, but now I like it a lot. And now I keep using it all over the place. It's weird how things can go. Okay, because yeah, we want that to be supported. It can't just fly over there. Beautiful. We want some more supports, actually. 1H slope. I have never used this. Might as well. Doesn't look too shabby. And yeah, I can see that the logs are floating. That's not a problem because I'm going to add footers for those. Except terraforming. Why must you be a bitch? Okay. These small beams, pretty good. You know what? I'll add some logs on the building as well, just because it looks good. You know. Nope. See, that's what I'm talking about. Details. I always pay attention to the details like these. Nice little wooden border. Doesn't really make that much of a difference, but just makes the thing look a bit less boring. Okie dokie dokie. Yes, this is time consuming. I have spent hours and hours upon hours on station, especially for Flits and Flare, because in the middle of building it, my game crashed and I lost everything, and then I had to rebuild it, and I was so mad I just couldn't do it anymore. But that aside, this beam is fucking weird. You know what? Forget you. You didn't need to be there. Let's just add these cute little beams over here. They're good. Wooden beams everywhere. Yes, if you are working with stucco and you don't place wooden beams everywhere, you're a noob. Beams everywhere. Just everywhere. Maybe I'm placing too many beams. No, there's no such thing. If I learn anything about RCT3, there's no such thing as too much ground shrubbery, and there's no such thing as too many wooden beams. There is... nah, never mind. It's not coming along too bad. This is actually starting to look like the station I did for Blizzard. The Cove. No, it was an Aero coaster. And what's it called again? Juniper Lake Park. Okay, that's that. Now, I'm gonna get some wooden beams up in here. Perfect. Fits. Nah. Let's do it different. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's annoying with these paths to do this. Probably had to do the station itself earlier, but whatever. I don't give a. Now, if you're smart, you're not going to do it like I am doing it right now because I'm derping. You're going to do it like this. Just fill all these ones in like that, and just. It doesn't really work on this wall, but I show you what I mean. There, all the left ones, just place them everywhere you need them, and then just spin it around and place all the right ones. Okie dokie dokie. You know what? I like these beams because of the texture. It's pretty dark. It's nice to add some contrast in there. I'm talking too much about contrast. I'm talking like I know. I'm talking like I know things about this game. I don't. I'm just trying to sound smart, you know. Okay, so basically, here's where it turns horrible. You know what? I'm going to save it for you guys, but I'm still going to use the objects that I like, because this is the problem with people asking for custom scenery. I know they're new to the game and want to have all the custom scenery that all the guys have, but the problem with that is that sometimes I watch live streams of people, really good people who like architecture a lot. They can, for one building that's like smaller than this station, they can use up to 100 sets. I know that somebody I know has like more than 1,000 sets on her computer, and it's crazy. I am not a person like that, but I still use quite a lot of sets in one building. But never mind, I'm going off topic. Back to the station itself. I always use this set, Catfish Cove, that's it, for the railings and sometimes the roofs as well. Because if you haven't noticed yet, especially in the past, I used to like Shyguy sets a lot. And these sets work that if you wanna build stuff, you gotta have all the sets, because he has this certain roof kind of thing, and he puts the 1H roofs in Catfish Cove. He puts the 2H roofs in I think it's the Alpine Village set 2. No, it's 3. And then he puts the 3 and the 4 in the set 2, and like and the 5 in set 1, something like that. Basically, it's just one roof, and all the different variations of the roofs are in like all the different sets. So if you're like, okay, I want this roof to have different kind of angles, you're gonna have to download all of its sets. And I don't know about that, but sometimes it's pretty handy though, because it's pretty easy to get them, but you might as well just have made a roof set or something like that. I don't even know. You know what? This looks pretty good anyway. So now comes the point where you have to decide if you want a 1H roof or a 2H roof. And I honestly don't know. You know what though? I'm going to do something original. Gonna do a 1H on one side and then a lower 2H one on the other side. Just something like that. Okay, so with roofs, don't make this mistake. Do not. Oh, I'm running out of energy. That's it. Do not make this mistake. Don't place the roof first and then support it. No, don't do that. Never, ever. Yeah, you can do that, but it'll be annoying to place stuff inside the station and to place the supports, because as soon as you've placed the roofs, you can't see jack shit in there. So what I usually just do is be like, okay, roof's gonna be like that, a little bit lower, a little bit higher. Roof's gonna be over there, and yeah, plan ahead is basically what I mean. Because if you don't do that, you can be stubborn and not do that, but it will be harder to make a station. Okay, got that. And now we're gonna have it 1H higher over here. 1H higher over here, everywhere basically. And then 1H higher over here as well. I am pretty sure that people would skip through this entire let's play, or they just listen to me. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing here, but people want it and it gets views, so why not? Okay, 4H over here. That'll be the best thing to do, I think. Yes. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I have all faith that this will be okay. Now support this. What? Oh, herpa-derp. So much derp in there. I actually forgot to make the supports higher. Yes, and now it's being dang it. What do I have to do here? Finally got it right. There we go. And now I can finally do the small beams on the top. Small beams everywhere. You know, these small beams are pretty useful. You can hang lights on them or something like that. Add some little details in there. You know what? Later I'll go into the more detailed framework, because if you do framework, you want to have some details in there as well. Okay. This is not going to work out. Forget about it. I'll just do the framework in here. Should I do that? Yeah, I should. I should do that. And I probably want one at the same height over here. That's lower. That's not the same height. Herpa-derp. Okay, and now comes the most boring and annoying part, and the part that many people don't do, many people don't even notice. But when you're taking pictures of or doing other shots of the station, you want to have this. At least I'm used to doing this. Where is the darn thing? Post 1H angled 2 is what you want, because it's amazing. There we go. Some nice framework. See, that's what the real kinda Alpine buildings have as well. It's not all just vertical. basically what I'm saying. I've made I've made the mistake in the past very often, and I was like, okay, my stations are darn ugly, but I did everything I could to make them nicer. But having some diagonals in there is always good. Okay. See, framework is a boring thing. Stations in general, pretty time consuming. Okay, this episode's going to be long. Well, at least you might notice that it's almost finished. Just a roof, some railings, and the pathway to the station, and it's pretty much finished. You know what? If this roof turns out to be very ugly, which I don't know exactly, I'm just gonna keep it because too much work went into it already. Okay, now I am a lazy fat ass. I don't have a station set, so please bear with me as I don't have any opening or closing gates yet. Sure, I'm going to install those later, but for now I'm just using Shyguy's planners. And if you want to be a pro at this game, don't copy what I'm doing here. Take the time, get some station things. I don't even know where you get those. I usually don't really pay attention to this kind of stuff because you barely see the interior anyway. Okay, now there's one last thing to do before you place the roof again. Lights. Now I want to use the fixed Vikings lamps. Some nice hanging lanterns from the wooden beams. What are you doing? Go home, you're drunk. See, this is the problem with the control trick, because if you have some slight terraforming underneath it, it's gonna fuck up your game. Terraforming is gonna fuck up anything. Okay. It's not too bad, I guess. Oh, that one doesn't seem right. I see what's going on. The terraforming is messing with this. That's not good. This is a problem. Oh, got that. Oh. Fuck you, terraforming. Why do you have to do this? You know what though? Never mind. This is not very good, is it? Oh well. Who's gonna notice? Everybody. Okay, and now the one last thing to do is put the roof on this thing, and that'll really help making it look better, because right now it's looking like a piece of dog shit. Oh, hello roof. The boring old brown color, but who gives a... Okay. Would this look good? It's not horrible, but I've seen better stations. But yeah, if you want a real good looking station, have fun spending 5 hours on anything, any little detail, trying to get it right. Because good looking stations are hard. They're harder than normal buildings because you have to keep that open space in the middle for the station to be in. Okay, this 2H roof is in Alpine Village set 3, by the way, and the 1H is in Catfish Cove. Boring, but it'll pass. And now what we need to do is some paths. Now if I remember correctly, I used SH set, so I gotta use that again here. Terraforming. Don't be so annoying. Let's see. You know, the diagonals to straight things, they're always annoying. Always. And oh wait, I need a quarter. more derp. And why not add this over here? Why not? I mean, the opening is there anyway. You know what? No, I'm not going to do it with like that. I'm going to put a planter over there later on. For now, I'll just see what I can do here. Half path up there. Alright. Oh, annoying thing. You know what? Forget about it. This is not great, but it'll do. For I'm going to place a planter over there. So all we need to do is fix the fence over here. Some conforming things. I'm not sure why I'm using the conforming ones, but whatever. And these fences take time. Pretty annoying, but they look good. They look good, and I guess I'll use them for that. You know what? Forget about these. I can kind of use these things as kind of footers, I guess, in a way. They see me rolling, Hayden. Oh yes. Ugh, why must this shit be so boring? Why am I even doing this? Is a question I often ask myself when I play RCT3, but then there's nothing else to do. So, hey, why not? Yes. Okay, you can. This is a don't. Don't just do this. Never, never. It's a pet peeve of mine. You can ignore this, but I would say you shouldn't do this. Why? Because you kind of need a border underneath there, just for the looks, and I don't know. It just looks a lot better. I don't like it. I don't really like it for some reason when I see fences like this. I'm always like, add a border underneath that, please, pretty please. But then again, I have so many RCT3 pet peeves. Like when people record their coaster, and they like move the camera backwards so it doesn't move with the coaster anymore because they think it makes the ride smoother, but it makes the ride bumpy as hell because the RCT3's tracks kind of suck. Stuff like that. And when people don't have any ground shrubbery or have the best buildings and coasters but don't really put any detail into the foliage. But anyway, yep, that's the station for now. Gonna put a flower bed in there, but that'll come with the foliage. And that's it for this tutorial. See you next time. Bye.